Hello! Ruin has come to the Duckfeed Memorial Dungeon Estate. My name is Gary Butterfield. There has been so many changes. It's been 4 or 5 days since I recorded any of this stuff. My backlog disappearing at a rapid rate. Been busy with work. Been busy with life. I've made a lot of changes. So I put up a video saying, hey, what if I did mods? Everyone said, hell yeah, mods. So I installed a bunch of mods. You're going to see that it has made some things weird. I'm hoping that they're not broken. The nice thing about mods in this game is you can turn them on and turn them off fairly easily, it seems. So I was looking online to do some tech support to see if the thing we're going to see is broken. Before we get to that, though, let's see what's going on in town. So in the sanitarium, we got Zach Hanlon and Lidrian getting rid of some Garbo. Over here in the stagecoach, no new classes are showing up yet. I am not surprised. I would like to increase the network here. You can actually see, though, that my heirlooms are all pretty pathetic. That is because I got sick of not having any districts and traded everything in to... And I was going back and forth between the bank, but I got the cartographer's camp, which is going to give me more money all over. Just kind of in general. Gonna get some more money. I also installed, one of the classes I installed is called the Rightful Heir, which is supposed to be like the Antiquarian, but for heirlooms. Help you with heirloom grind. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I can start increasing things here. We're going to a brand new zone today. So you can see here, this is now a weird mess. This is pretty crowded. You'll also see that I have nothing up in the ruins. That is the thing I'm not sure what that means. I looked online and some people said it was random. Like sometimes you just, once you install some mods, you get a certain number of missions per week, and sometimes you'll get none for an area. If next week, if there's no ruins things, then I'm gonna have to do some troubleshooting and stuff. And like, I hate doing shit like that. I just want to play the game. I don't want to do that. But I'm thinking, I did some ruins mods that affect enemies and give us some new enemies. That might be it. I think it should be easy to troubleshoot. I don't think it's any classes, which is the real fun thing. But you can already see there's some new stuff here. If I want to go to the courtyard, Salacious Diary is really good. That's not going to change where we're going. That's an exceedingly good trinket, though. I'm going to wait for that to show up again. I just don't feel like activating the Crimson Curse just yet, folks. I know. There are a bunch of mods that make that better. I didn't install those. Farmstead, Bounty Hunter's Talisman, who cares? Not going to fight the Inchoate Flesh. This is new, though, for the Cannoneer, a new class. The Long Barrel. Looks like a pretty good trinket, actually. Good damage, just in exchange for going last on the first round. Not going to go get that, though. Deteriorating Bracer is old, but is usable. Nothing over here looks that good. We're going to go to the Hamlet. This is a new area. It's a whole thing, a bunch of new enemies, a whole new bosses, new everything. I installed maybe 6 new classes, maybe 6 new bosses, a couple new areas and enemies. And then you'll also notice that my roster is 57. It's because I wanted to have room for these new classes. I recognize that as definitely cheating. I try to stay away from things that were just cheats. But I didn't want to have to get rid of people to try out new classes. Like, what if the classes suck? It felt reasonable to me to do that. So we're going to the Hamlet. I have no idea what this will be like. There is a mission in the main game where people attack your town. I'm guessing this uses the assets from that. I had no idea what to pick for a squad for this. It's apprentice and it's short, so I just went with an apprentice short crew that felt fairly versatile. Let's go through the group here. Greta the cat, locked in quick reflexes, last gasp is meaningless. Pretty increasingly standard Crusader build, can prevent the ambush. Got the surgical gloves and the berserk charm, lots of speed, lots of damage. This should be pretty good. Here we got Ceiling Face, who is deadly and slugger. 2 really good quirks. And actually, I got my standard loadout now. for shield breakers for her. We have the camouflage cloak and the solar bracer. Going to get a little additional crit. Lots of dodge, though, since she's a frontliner. I want her to be hard to hit. Nothing really special here. Over here we got Derek Hayes, the Occultist, who is a Beast Slayer, an Eldritch Slayer, and a Twilight Dreamer. This owns. Weak Grip is a pain. It's going to be expensive to get rid of that, but we'll do it. Doesn't heal himself so well. That's okay to counteract that. I actually ended up giving him the Churgeon's Charm because it's increased to healing skills. It will not prevent the 0 heals from this, but I just decided, you know what? Let's give him a little bit of extra juice. Not a great skill layout here. Sacrificial Stab with the Weak Grip is a bummer. Primarily just going to be using this to get in damage when I can. Hopefully Abyssal Artillery, my main thing. I was thinking about getting Weakening Curse, but I just said, I'm not going to be fighting any bosses, I'm pretty sure. Over here we got Weep Lord. Also an Eldricator. Maybe that'll show up, I don't know. Night Blindness. I gave her the Solar Crown, good trinket, brand new, and Barristan's Head to counteract that, so stress neutral, but just some extra protection, and then my standard loadout can also prevent the ambush in case like somebody dies, which would be silly. And yeah, so that's the crew, and because I have no idea what I'm getting into, this is exciting. This is new to me as it is to you. I am still going to be doing the standard stuff. I'm going to go back to the Weald. I need to unlock some Weald bosses. I need to go fight both these jabronis. We're still going to play the game and get through it. I just wanted to see some new stuff and check out some new bosses and stuff. I might add more classes if these are fun, and I dig them. If you decide that you hate this, that I'm doing mods, shame on you for being quiet and when everyone was like, yeah, do mods. And if you don't like that, you didn't say anything, it's on you, brother. Let's go into the hamlet here. Let's find out what happens. So this new layout for this, I know this is part of one of the mods. I've seen this when I've looked at modded playthroughs online, as well as the additional. Yeah, we don't need that much food. I'm being. Don't know if I need shovels. Don't know if I need this. 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 So yeah, this is something that was modded. We're provisioning extremely conservatively here because I have no idea what's going to happen. I don't know what the curios are. Let's just find out, man. I'm excited. Let's go. The hamlet. So you can see the hamlet on fire here. This is the little scene you get when the brigands attack, which should still happen in my game eventually. I think it's around week 40 that happens. That's actually a pretty fun boss fight and really doable. I'm not too worried about that. You can also put it off for as long as you like. All right, this is the hamlet. 100% of room battles. So we have to go down here. And this should be mostly new enemies. So we got a tree here in the hamlet. Would not mind making some money from this. That's unfortunate. What do traps do in the hamlet? Damage and stress. Okay. We will... what was I going to say? Oh, for people who... so no battle there. Look at these backgrounds, though. It's nice when they use the official art. For people who are fans of the Suicide Squads, I know that I am because they're dramatic, and I don't know what's going to happen. Those are still going to happen. Probably soon, because I don't have so much money that I can ignore that. All right, here's the moment of truth. Now watch this just be regular jabronis. If that happens, that's okay. Oh, it's like miscellaneous. That's interesting if this is like a remix, if this is like Delirium. Swine Chopper, Bone Soldier, Fungal Artillery. I also got some new enemy packs. I don't know if, when, however they'll show up or whatever though. So we'll just have to find out. Let's start with a stun here. This guy is Eldrick. Got some bonus damage on him. Very good. The crit percentage from that solar bracer. I have to not have the thing where I assume it's going to be extremely hard just because I don't know it. Like, it's still an apprentice short dungeon. so I'm not too worried. Smite the fool with Greta the cat. Not gonna get the second stun. Probably just kill him. Nothing else better to do. I could have healed the occultist, but it's okay. Take all that stuff, and let's actually keep the shield breaker in the front row so she can do one of her backup skills, by which I mean skills where she backs up. Okay, you still get hungry in the hamlet. Oh man, traps.
Carelessness will find no clemency in this place.
Yeah. So far it seems a little bit like a remix. Yeah, these guys I've seen before. I'm pretty sure there are like new bosses and stuff too. We just have not gotten to them yet, so.
The ground quakes.
Good crit.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Okay, this does not do blight yet, but it will kill one of these guys, so we're gonna go for it. I forgot he does. She does not get the blight on that skill for a little while, so. There we go.
Continue the onslaught.
Clear those corpses.
Them all.
Look at that. The extra food is not going to hurt. I like these scouts. Yeah. It is, it's very hard to contain this, like, feeling of just kind of, oh, I'm doing new Darkest Dungeon stuff. Feels good. Into it. Yeah, these weird remixes. Like, I can imagine, even if it is just a remix Delirium thing, which is not that exciting, having a lot of kind of consequence, because these two monsters probably have, you know, some synergy together that I don't, that I'm not considering, you know? I like her to go. Okay. Like, getting a blight on that guy would have been great, but was not going to happen, I don't think. Let's try again for the stun. No stun. Let's try this. There we go. Vestal can try the stun still. Give you the blight. Have both characters actually try with the stun. There we go. Let's go ahead and just heal everybody a little bit, top everybody off. Who knows if they're just going to replace skeletons with shamblers in this, which I don't think they will. But yeah, there's going to be some weird synergies and stuff we'll see here. That's pretty exciting.
Unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
And we're just basically, since we over-provisioned because we didn't know what we'd need, we're interacting with curios. Alright, what do you got for me? Weird. Yeah. This is a tough fight. This is like 4 frontliners just in a row. This guy in the back, oh, he's going to do ball and chain. That's a bummer. Yeah, this is ridiculous. So weird. Who's the priority here? I guess the swine chopper, actually? It's either that or the fungal scratcher. Let's get the swine chopper. The swine chopper is going to ball and chain my guys in the back. So let's see if we can't take him out. It's going to be a little bit harder because my Crusader can't. But that's okay. Good crits, and hopefully she can kill him. Yes, okay, well, that's good. But yeah, weird fight. A lot of times I have the same kind of like bias against mods that I do against fan fiction. You know, where like it doesn't feel real. And I understand that's a fake idea. but it's definitely a thing that I feel from time to time. You know, if I do this, he's gonna get it, which I want. So
Well struck.
let's get the damage over time working on that jabronis. And let's stun him. Yeah, fool. Yeah. So I tend to be kind of dismissive of mods. I like restored content more than I like just like brand new content. But gotta say that this does seem cool to me. And the classes look cool. I've seen them in action. I didn't just like install people willy-nilly. There are tons of classes that are like the tit. Like, don't you want the vagina on your team? There's like a prostitute one. You know, there's a lot of like, there's mods where it's like, give the female cultist a double D cup. And it makes me want to quit video games forever. That shit sucks. And luckily, you know, didn't have to get that. I just got things that looked cool to me. Either ones that had good reputations. Just take a one hit. Bleed? No, resist the bleed. That's alright. Let me try a heal. Since he's going to die anyway. A big heal on the occultist. There are tons of mods that were like, fixes the occultist. I did not install those because, again, my interest was not in cheating. It's just in seeing new ways to explore the game. So we definitely want all this stuff. We don't need that belt buckle. We also need this food. Sincerely. You eat some. You eat some. Alright. Love these scouts. I would love a secret room. There's a bunch of curio mod. Ooh. What are you? So this is something that is part of a strange object. This is gonna summon something. Oh my god, I'm so excited. This would be part of a specific kind of mission where you have to use to purify these. Oh. I bet if I did something with that, like if I used a torch on it or something would have happened. It's very funny. It had 100 gold in it. That's pretty funny. What was I saying? Titty mods. Oh, yeah, I got a bunch of cool classes coming up. I lost my train of thought. That was funny. I couldn't, I'm spreading out my damage here because I'm a fool. Alright. Yeah, I got distracted by the mystic object that had $100 in it. Like going to the shop that sells gremlins and you just like peel open a mogwai and like, you know, oh, this mogwai has $47 in it. Mogwai.
Only the strength to follow it.
It keeps singing. How do I get it to stop? I'll just peel it open. It's full of quarters. Yeah. I'm excited. There's going to be probably some new classes in the stagecoach when we get back. If not, that's going to be a priority. You know, just ooh, that's new. Bloodshot trophy, common, +7 crit, -5 accuracy. That's a pretty good trinket. Yeah, we want that. We want to give up. We don't really need this buckle. Like, we would just need it to sell it. And I feel like we don't really need this. I wouldn't mind that just to sell it, but I think that everything we have in our inventory right now is potentially more valuable. Alright. Okay, one more shovel, so unless this has 2 blockages, we're fine. Even if it does, we can go around. Alright. Pretty standard comp, but did not get the surprise, surprisingly. So let's definitely try for a stun. Good. Pulling this guy makes sense. His move resist is not very much. Because now, yeah. That was the way to do it. I'm disappointed that did not kill him, but that's okay. We still got this guy up front, which is where we want him. Okay. Oh, a 10% chance to get the stun. I'm just going to go for the damage. Oh, the other like class mods and stuff, there's a bunch of them that are like Iron Man. And the art's pretty funny. It's like Tony Stark sitting in the, you know, after the, you know, around the campfire, you know, doing Iron Man stuff. It's exceedingly weird to me. Can't use that, huh? Oh, I can. We'd probably like this Jade. Let's go. Lightstone is actually decent, but I don't think I need it. Alright. Good. Oh, on the 70 too.
This is the trap maker's art. His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
This will get rid of a negative quirk. Let's really... I hope I get rid of that weak grip. 50-50 chance. Yes!
In Radiance, may we find victory.
Weird! It is just so weird seeing these, like, odd makeups. Alright, ugh. I really want one of these spiders to die, though, because they're gonna do horrible spidery things to me. They're gonna mark me, and I don't want to be marked. None of these guys are Eldrick. You have the lowest HP. Yeah. So kind of a weird short episode. We're gonna go back to the stagecoach here in a minute. If we see any new classes, we'll check them out before we go. You know, genuinely excited to do so. A couple of them are very cool. Falconer is obviously, like, I think that is kind of the poster boy, you know, poster girl for the Marvin SEO, who is the main, don't give him a disease. The main kind of custom class person for, oh, the Punishment's Hood is actually, like, not a bad little get. I got nothing, like, I can do this for sure. But there's like a cool wizard. There's a fella who's made of stone.
Otherworldly corruption.
I'll take the risk because if it blights me, who cares? Yeah. And then let's just try to get rid of this stress. And now we can go back home. All right, pretty good mission. You know, for the first time we went to the Hamlet. A little bit disappointed. Like, it said it had a bunch of new enemies. I believe them. I don't think they were lying about it. We just did not run into them. It might be a thing that comes up later. Decent payday. Like, I had to prep this team and buy them some stuff. I probably end up getting about back what I sold. You know, for that. Let's see what we get into. Oh, we download some new quirks. So some quirks will come up. Tunnel Vision's new. Damage. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting quirk. Definitely going to get rid of that, but I could imagine a character in which I would keep that. That's really cool. And that's less cool. So, poor Fragile Weep. Kill the meat.
Time has passed since I sent that letter.
Yeah. Piles of bones and heaps of meat. Leftover waste byproducts of the pigs brought alive by unholy means, end its miserable life in haste. I will. Let's find out what killing the meat means. First of all, we got anybody over here? Oh, yep, we got several new people. Okay. This episode's fairly short. Let's go over them real quick, and then we'll, so I'm definitely going to take them. I'm going to name them after commenters, of course. So the way that the apprentice, or the true heir works, they're cooperative, +5 crit while guarded, really interesting. Hasty, that's new. Faithless, doesn't matter that much. Static, that actually doesn't matter that much either. That's for a specific class. So the way these people work is they get bonus heirlooms when they pick up stuff. They're there to help you grind up heirlooms. We have a basic attack. It does not do very much damage. Panic, a random attack and moves back and gives dodge to get out of the front line because he's the precious boy. He's been an agreeable boy. He gets a treat. Have a taste is a decent blight skill. Better than the antiquarians, similar. Has a little heal and stress thing. Gives himself stress, but heals other people. That's cool. Another heal. So he's kind of like a support character. Research. Interesting. So bypasses stealth and debuffs accuracy and increases damage taken. That's actually pretty cool. Promotion. -8 stress. Oh, it gives them additional resolve XP. That's the other thing they do, is they make leveling up easier. I forgot about that. So just kind of a patch character to, can grab a random supply item, which we've seen that before. Motivational speech, 75% chance for 25, like a bunch of additional stress. And then a chance for bonus stuffs, but it's going to stress everybody out. Fine wine, good stress heal actually. Patch maps, plus 25% scouting chance. That's cool. All right. Let's say this is Fenliania. Let me make sure I got that right. Fenreliania. Yes. Our brand new heir. Cool. All right. Got our Falconer. A survivor. So makes camping skills cheaper to buy. Eldritch Slayer, which is really good. Diurnal is no problem. So this will probably be our forever Falconer. We got Quick Shot, which is a basic attack. Increases her speed and debuffs the speed and dodge of the target. That's cool. Better against marked. Eye Thief, which is a debuff on accuracy. Pretty cool. Can also cause bleed. Skill 1 effects. Skill 2 effects. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So she has this thing where she switches modes. So she switches into 2 different skill things. So initially, in skill 1, it's a buff. In skill 2 mode, it's a debuff. Kind of like the Abomination switches mode. Here, skill mode, it's a debuff. Skill 2, it's a bleed. Flank. Oh, whoops. Flank. Additional damage if she's stealthed. Debuffs the target. So I think the stuff before the jump always happens. If in skill 1 mode, it has armor piercing versus marked. If skill 2, it has plus 30% damage versus bleeding. So skill 2 mode is like a bleed build. Volley fire. Always going to do just a little bit of damage, but to 3 characters. Pretty good. In skill 1, nothing. In skill 2, shuffles. Does worse damage and debuffs accuracy. So you can either switch it to a half damage to 3 characters attack with a lower chance of crit, or swap it to a almost no damage, but debuff, almost full enemy party debuff of accuracy. Spirited Cry. So D on skill 1 gets rid of her stealth, clears stun, gives additional crit and negative stress. On skill 2, buff lasts until stealth ends and stealths herself. So she can either stealth herself, but she can unstealth herself. Stealth is really powerful. Fleeting Escape. Harrier. So ranged, decent damage, negative accuracy. On skill 1, it stealths her. Has a chance to. Interesting. On skill 2, has a chance to do knockback and does a lot more damage. I think I'm probably going to keep her mostly in skill 2. It sounds less fussy to me. And makes her kind of a cool ranged bleed character. Really great animations. Looks really neat. Fletchery looks like a very powerful, buff, self buff, scavenge, produces food, camouflage, gives her a bonus while stealth, also really cheap, heightened senses, prevents the ambush, does great stuff versus Talon Brigands. That's the new enemy that she brings. So let's say this is Ethan Prime. And then finally, as far as new people go, we have this Cannoneer. Stout, Daredevil, Bad Focus, So the way that these fellows work, I looked at, I've watched these guys. They have this thing called Light the Fuse. So their base damage 2 to 7, pretty lousy. Light the Fuse gives them a really good chance of getting a 300% damage accuracy, but a -8 or damage modifier, and then a -8 accuracy. So you want to buff their accuracy. This then allows them to do big damage. Kaboom has a decent stun chance, decent knockback chance, bad base accuracy. If the enemy is marked, it's more accurate, so you want to mark them. These guys are good marking parties. Knocks down their speed. Rocket Jump is a low chance stun, damage to the first 2 teams. If the enemy is already stunned, or first 2 monsters, the enemy is already stunned or marked, much better. And then a debuff. Bombardment is a back damage and debuff stun and better accuracy. That just seems like a basic attack. Shrapnel, basic attack versus everyone, adds a really small bleed, does more damage versus stun. So this guy synergizes with status effects. Minefield gets a riposte. That's cool. Reposes. Gives him better crit on a riposte. That's actually pretty good. And then on my mark, marks the target, de-stealths it, gives him better accuracy and stuff. So the idea is you on my mark, light fuse, attack, or do something, and you get really good effects. So we take some kind of prep or some synergies. I'm going to want to bring the Cannoneer along with mark parties. I'm not just going to throw these guys into anything. I'm still planning on playing the game like I would normally. Polished Cannon, plus damage buff for cheap. Sponge Barrel, accurate big self mod. Fireworks is really interesting. So this doesn't work as it says it does. This gives you a 50-50 chance of getting a nighttime ambush, and gives you worse damage on yourself, but gives you a big stress de-heal. Or a big stress heal on your party. So it might guarantee an ambush. It might prevent it. And then Big Game, which is a borrowed skill from the Bounty Hunter, it seems. So good versus bosses. So this guy seems like a boss killer. And we will name this fella here Harris. All right. So that's my crew. And because I am... Oh, we got to take Harris. And then because I am curious... Let me see. Are the ruins back? Ruins are still out. I don't love that. I'll do one more mission before I see if I need to delete my ruin stuff. Also, where is the pig? Or whatever. It said kill the meat. Enchanted compass. That's cool. Where do I find the meat? It's not the incohate flesh. Yeah, it told me to go kill the meat, but I don't see the meat. So it's still goofing. It's just the case. It's going to be a little glitchy. That's mods for you, baby. I'm going to work on it and see what I can't do to fix that. In the meantime, though, I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to get some water. And I'll see you in a couple days for more modded Darkest Dungeon. And thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. Bye. Oh, MVP. MVP. It's a pretty easy mission, to be honest. I'm gonna give that a ceiling face. MVP, look at the MVP dance. Good night.